Do you plan on making any commercial cinema ever? Could you define Avanti cinema for us?
It's like a subculture of Telugu cinema, to me, at least. And take especially the US, especially American films, have like so many exciting subcultures of cinema apart from the mainstream. And there's so many, of course, there's so many filmmakers, hence so much of, and there's మన దగ్గర it's too much of a mainstream fantasy for everyone. You know, they are somehow not interested in the medium itself. The medium itself, ante now with technology, we're rolling this podcast with so many cameras. We've got a sound guy here. This luxury is pretty big. ఇప్పుడు when in the 1960s, when the French New Wave kicked off, వాళ్ళకి కూడా just then very mobile cameras started to come in. Always a new wave ఏంటి comes together with technological advancement. Because they could get more handheld cameras, cameras with smaller film cans which they can take and just go out onto the streets. That was a major. That is the thing that created the French New Wave. Like I think I find it very surprising how little people see the luxury at hand. They still want the big camera. They still want the star. Even if somebody starts off small, it's only to go to the bigger sets, the bigger stars, and worry yourself with all that. I understand. Like you were saying, too many compromises, too many opinions. The minute there's more money involved, there's more people you're answerable to.
Yeah.
So I think Avanti mostly tries to stay away from that sort of answerability. And hence we do it in a very, we do have ideas for a lot of larger ideas. This year will be one step towards that Anvistundi. We have some things in the works. We have 3 or 4 ideas pitched around town to OTTs and to other people. Yeah, so Avanti is basically like, a subculture of cinema, of Telugu cinema.
Do you see yourself experiencing the best coming up days?
I'm always in two minds. One is that, and the other is, like deep down depression. One is, things will work out. This year will be different. This year will move into a larger budget bracket, and a larger budget bracket for slightly better living, and to be not so on the edge with money.
Glass half full.
Yeah, it either seems full or empty to me.
Yeah, right.
There's never any half full. It's either I'm very excited about some new film we've done or some new thing I've edited. And then the parallel is trying to pitch the larger ideas to any producers, and those meetings usually not being fruitful.
Sometimes you tell people not to take cinema so seriously.
Yeah, I tell people that because I'm telling that to myself all the time. I definitely got into a place where the more unnecessary seriousness attached cheste, you're not going to enjoy it. You're going to forget why you came into films in the first place. It's going to be like one unsaid treasure. ఏదో తెలియని శక్తి ఇలా అన్నట్టు. Yeah, that's why I usually social media is the big thing that propagates a very wrong notion of a career in cinema. Social media, and put social media, previously there was just media. There was TV channels, newspapers, magazines, whatever. But now it is more close to home, and it's always in your pocket. All this treasure, your phone with YouTube and all Twitter, so whatever it is now. And they all have a very movie buff perspective to cinema. More than life.
It's a fantasy.
It's a movie buff thing. Again, like taking somebody like talent, the most successful movie buff in the world.
Yeah.
And the problem ani kaadu, the movie buff perspective clubbed with social media makes it all about the fame. Cinema is generally associated with fame. But I think we are in a very new phase of cinema, where people, even with digital, even with flexible cameras, people still want to achieve something they've seen in a mainstream film. They're not keen on what can we do with this. What kind of image does this provide? And how can we use that effectively in a narrative? And so, what's the question again? Don't take cinema too seriously. Yeah, it's very necessary that you don't take it too seriously, because if any of us remember anybody who was here to make films, we were all just so madly in love with this, and we came to Hyderabad to make these films, and somewhere along the line, this unsaid treasure takes over the main mind space. You can't watch films anymore. You don't feel like reading much, or music. Everything becomes
bland,
egoistic. Very, very. ఏమంటారు? I don't know. It's not good for cinema.
ఆల్సో అంటే గ్రోయింగ్ డేస్ లో నువ్వు కూడా ఇప్పుడు విజయవాడ ఉండొచ్చు, అక్కడ సినిమా కల్చర్ అదంతా చాలా హై లెవెల్లో నడుస్తుంది. సో గ్రోయింగ్ డేస్ లో మోస్ట్లీ కమర్షియల్ సినిమాస్, ఆ సినిమాస్ ఉండే కదా ఫుల్లీ. అక్కడ నుంచి ఇప్పుడు ద ఇరాన్ ఫిలిమ్స్ దట్ యు టాక్ అబౌట్ ఆర్ ఎనీ ఫ్రెంచ్ ఫిలిమ్స్, దే ఆర్ క్వైట్ ఆపోజిట్ టు దిస్ మెయిన్ స్ట్రీమ్ తెలుగు కమర్షియల్ ఫిలిమ్స్. సో ఇవి ఎంజాయ్ చేస్తున్న టైంలో ఈ షిఫ్ట్ అప్పుడు
అంటే ఒకటి, సో ఈవెన్ అదే గ్రోయింగ్ అప్ ఇన్ విజయవాడ ఇన్ ద ప్రీ ఇంటర్నెట్ ఎరా, అంటే వెన్ నేను టెన్త్ కాదు, లైక్ ఓకే 10th వచ్చేసరికి ఇంటర్నెట్ వాస్ పాపులర్ ఎనఫ్. 2004 దట్ ఈస్. Until then, obviously you only get to watch what's on TV, what's in the theater. But even then, పిచ్చగా కమర్షియల్ సినిమాలు చూస్తూ చిరంజీవి ఈజ్ ద ఎండ్ గేమ్, లైక్ when I occasionally stumbled across some films that didn't seem mainstream at all, ముందు నుంచే అలాంటి సినిమాలు అంటే ఇష్టం, బట్ I didn't know where to find them. ఇప్పుడు రాక్ఫర్డ్, నగేష్ కుక్నూస్ రాక్ఫర్డ్, మీ అండ్ ఎ ఫ్రెండ్ ట్యూషన్కి రెడీ అయ్యాం, వెళ్ళాలి హడావిడిగా. We have 20 more minutes to kill. I was just browsing TV. In Z Cinemas, Rockford was coming. Rockford is a Nagesh Kuknoor film. It's about a 7th standard kid going to boarding school, a very expensive Christian missionary boarding school. And I was in 7th standard when I saw that, and I couldn't believe it. I was looking at that film. I didn't know the title halfway through the film. TV lo, just browsing channels. This is not a serial, but this is not a film. My first reaction when I saw Rockford, what is this thing? Like, why am I enjoying it so much? Not just that, and Telugu as an industry, it's so large. We make so many films. అన్డిస్కవర్డ్ జెమ్స్ ఎప్పుడూ ఉంటాయి. సో there's this film called Kishkinda.
Okay.
It's a remake of an American film which I realized much later. When I saw it as a kid, I didn't know there was an original American film and all that. The entire film is a road film. Hyderabad nunchi some 10-15 parties are going towards Vijayawada. The entire film is on the highway. Vijayawada బోర్డుకి 1 కిలోమీటర్ దూరంలో ఒక శ్మశానంలో అబ్రకదబ్ర అని ఒక సమాధిలో దస్ స్టోలెన్ జ్యువెలరీ, some big treasure, somebody stole it and hid it there. And the guy who was supposed to, the main thief, dies on the way. So he passes on the secret, his car crashes, he's just lying there dying, and the muggudu aapi vastadi ఏమైందని. When they come, but in his dying breath he tells this. There's this సమాధి అబ్రకదబ్ర అని రాసి ఉంటుంది, అక్కడికి వెళ్తే సో వీళ్ళందరి నుంచి రకరకాలుగా చాలా మంది పాస్ అయిపోతాయి ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్, అండ్ ఎవ్రీబడి అరైవ్స్ ఎట్ ద ప్లేస్ ఎట్ ద సేమ్ టైమ్. దిస్ ఇస్ అ రీమేక్ ఆఫ్ అన్ అమెరికన్ ఫిల్మ్ కాల్డ్ ఇట్స్ మ్యాడ్ 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 వరల్డ్. దట్స్ ద ఫుల్ టైటిల్.
నేను ఇంకో ఫిల్మ్ చూసా సిమిలర్ గా, ధమాల్ అని దెర్ ఇస్ వన్ హిందీ ఫిల్మ్. ధమాల్ దాంట్లో కూడా చనిపోయే ముందు ఒక అతను చెప్తాడు, ఒక డబ్ల్యూ ఉంటది చెట్టు, అక్కడికి వెళ్ళాలని.
సో ద డబ్ల్యూ ఇస్ టేకెన్ ఫ్రమ్ ఇట్స్ అ మ్యాడ్ మ్యాడ్ వరల్డ్. రెండు కొబ్బరి చెట్లు డబ్ల్యూ లాగా ఉంటాయి అని చెప్తాడు. ఓ ధమాల్ ఇస్ ఆల్సో
అందరికి తెలిసిపోతుంది, అందరూ ఒకటేసారి అక్కడికి వస్తారు. But this Sanjay Dutt
Dhamal is like one of the most repeated films on TV.
ఆల్సో రోహిత్, అంటే ఇప్పుడు చాలా ఇంట్రెస్టింగ్ ఎక్స్పీరియన్సెస్ ఇన్సిడెన్సెస్ చెప్తా ఉంటావు. నాకు ఎప్పుడు ఏమనిపిస్తుంది అంటే రోహిత్ ఫిల్మ్ మేకర్ కాబట్టి నార్మల్ ఇన్సిడెంట్ కూడా ఇంత ఎఫెక్టివ్ చెప్తున్నాడా, లేదా రోహిత్ లైఫ్ లో నిజంగా ఇంత ఇంట్రెస్టింగ్ ఎలా జరుగుతున్నాయని.
Definitely. And I look at life as two portions. Before you are the filmmaker, after you are the filmmaker. It's an entirely different life, at least to me, because filmmaking and discovering editing. Editing is filmmaking. So once I've discovered editing, everything, even I'm looking at you right now, cut, too short, cut, you know, it is all subconscious. I love even music పెట్టుకొని, if I'm in an auto, not on a bike అంటే నేనే తోలాలి కాబట్టి I have to watch the traffic. If I'm in an auto or the cab, I'm always trying to move my eyes to a different place for the beat of the song. You know, one bike passes, one street light, one traffic light, you know, I'm just trying to sort of cut it. I was always a very talkative character. But I think films and books and music help you to tell the mundane thing a little more interestingly than others, I guess.
And even the way you tell things also, it's like your edit only. Sometimes you just abruptly end the topic. Okay, that's all.
I kind of lose interest sometimes after you saying something.
Do you think there is magic in film?
Film is purely magic. Edit is magic. You know, I have a close-up of you. Cut to, I have a waterfall. Cut to, I don't know, somebody sipping tea. These three things, I can put them together in so many permutations, and everything will give me a certain feeling.
Yes.
And it is magic. After the editing was invented, even before the editing was invented, a lot of the early filmmakers in the US, a lot of magicians were using film and editing because they could sense it. They could sense what they could do with it. The film Scorsese made, Hugo.
Yeah.
Hugo is about a filmmaker called, I forget his name, the guy played by Ben Kingsley.
Yeah, he's a clockmaker, I think.
He's
as a magician.
He's a magician.
Yeah.
He's a magician. Later, he's that. I don't really like that film, but so like that. So magic is a very integral. No, it is, and that is why people love it. Also, I guess it's kind of like a very it's the most popular magic in the world right now.
Do you see magic in your life, in your own life, because of all that?
No, no, no. Magic is when you're sitting down to edit something or when you're involved in the process. Otherwise, life is a fucking drag. It's too much work.
Has the way you look at life changed because of you becoming a filmmaker?
Big time. Um, I remember when I did my graduation in Chennai.
Okay.
So second year of graduation is when me and a friend made a short film for the short film contest in the college. That he taught me how to edit.
Okay.
He learned it online. We were using this very basic software called Sony Vegas.
Okay.
It's a very horrible short film, like all first short films. But I was just sitting there and watching him edit, and I lost my mind.
Mm.
And magic in life anangani, like it definitely post cinema. When I look at people, just the physical attributes, to me there are no ugly people anymore.
Mm.
There are either interesting people and not so interesting people. Because I'm imagining every face on screen very subconsciously. Of course, it's not like I'm gonna ask everybody I find interesting to act, but I do that to an extent. So yeah, that's a big change. And like yeah, like I was saying, so I used to be very obsessed with brands like shirts, trousers, shoes. I'm not even a shoe guy, but I need to have like the best brands and like the brands should show up on me, sort of a thing. Post filmmaking, I really don't give a fuck. Somehow, a lot of things have taken like a backseat, and video games have entirely left my life. Otherwise, I was fully into gaming, computer games, and PlayStation. I think editing replaced all of that. Editing is my video game now.
Okay.
Nothing else is as original. You have all these interactive games, right? Where you are the
Like
character.
PUBG and all.
No, not those. Warcraft. Have you got a guy, man? Like, okay.
Releasing games.
Oh, like Minecraft and
Yeah, the
yeah.
one Sheldon plays. What's that?
Oh.
In Big Bang Theory. వాడు గేమ్ ఆడుతూ ఉంటాడు కదా, where you're the character, you get to explore the world, go meet other characters. Anyways.
It's a world building game that he plays, I think. Star Wars characters only.
Hmm?
You have a castle and you have to build the castle and
That's
bring
Age
in
of
characters.
Empires,
All right.
I guess. Yeah, editing has become like the main video game in which you can create a world.
Yeah.
Like 1 hour before there's nothing, 1 hour later they have a world. Even if it's just a conversation in a room, like editing conversation is the most musical thing about films, because it can just be line, 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 line. But how did the actor say it, and what kind of pause or space I'm creating in the edit, that makes such a lot of difference. And just like music, when it right, it feels right.
Yeah.
You can sense it here.
Yeah.
Like otherwise, there's something itching.
Yeah.
Like somehow this is not working on it.
సో your edit ఆ కట్స్ ఎట్లా అనిపిస్తాయి అంటే దే ఆర్ లైక్ స్వీట్ స్లాప్స్. ఆల్సో రోహిత్ ఇప్పుడు నిరుద్యోగం ఉన్నట్లు ఎపిసోడ్స్ లాగా ఉంది, ఆల్సో ఫిల్మ్ కట్ ఇస్ ఆల్సో. సో ఒకవేళ ఒక్కొక్క రోజు ఒక్కొక్క ఎపిసోడ్ లా రిలీజ్ అవుతుంది అనుకో, ఆ వాచింగ్ ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ కి ఒక ఫిల్మ్ కట్ ఒకటేసారి 3 గంటలు చూడడానికి యూ థింక్ దెర్ విల్ బి ఎ డిఫరెన్స్?
There'll be a difference. And once there are episodes, even the audience will take a break. Episode అయిపోయింది, let's have a smoke, let's go for tea, whatever there is a break. Film has
ఆల్సో ఇప్పుడు 1 డే ఒక ఎపిసోడ్ అయితే అది కూడా అంటే 10 days అవుతుంది ఒక ఎపిసోడ్ కి.
మేము అలా we release one per week. That too with a lot of
1 per week.
One per week, roughly. Much low. That we did the same with story discussion. One. We were putting out one per week, and it was a very nice time. Story discussion in Nirujognatlu. was the time when Facebook was very active. Insta hasn't fully caught up yet. Facebook was still a young people thing, not an uncle thing like it is now. And we used to get so much, so many exciting reviews and write-ups about it when each episode is coming out.
అండ్ నేను చూసిన అంటే ఈ డబుల్ యాక్షన్ సినిమాలు ఉంటాయి కదా, ప్రతి డబుల్ యాక్షన్ సినిమాలో ఒక్క షాట్ అని ఉంటుంది వేరే
They're both there, yeah.
స్టోరీస్ డిస్కషన్ ఇస్ ఓన్లీ సిరీస్ వేర్ అసలు పక్క పక్క ఉండే షార్ట్స్ ఒకటి కూడా ఉండవు.
Levu, we wanted to make one, but yeah.
What has inspired you to sort of I mean, I want to understand why hasn't making a commercial cinema for the sake of the commercial part been a priority?
Not that it's not been a priority. I have my own ideas of commercial cinema. Like commercial cinema, like, you know, every director has his own ideas. A major chunk of commercial directors do the same thing, more or less, and then there's a few which, again, like, you know, the greatest original commercial director is Ramgopal Varma. You know, to take all his ideas of cinema, his ideas of technique, and make something really commercial out of it. And then again, Rajiv had very little commercial success except for his first film. After that, very few films made money, considering the number of films he's made.
But they're like widely studied by everybody.
Yeah, because it's very.
It's a sweet spot, I think.
Yeah, it is a great sweet spot between. We were talking about craft and heart.
Yeah.
You know, a great director is when they both meet at a very beautiful high point. Craft and art, craft and heart. You know, just as an example, Nolan tilts a little more towards craft. Paul Thomas Anderson tilts a little more towards heart. Of course, they're all technically brilliant. There's no doubt about it.
That's the foundation, but
Yeah,
the core is.
So, like that, RGV is a great sweet spot of the two of them meeting.
Yeah. Have you been heavily inspired from RGV?
When I was growing up, by the time I could fully register films, and by then RGV's initial hawa was ending. And the RGV films I saw in the theater are Madhyanam Hatya, Madichettu, these sort of films, not any of his classics. So I've discovered him post internet.
Okay.
After the internet, once you edit a film, there's no going back. Any other film you're looking at, you're always looking at the edit.
Yeah.
So what happens once you've discovered the edit, the previously whatever film seemed mediocre to you, they'll seem even more mediocre. And if you liked something, you'll understand, oh shit, this you like them even more. Right? I think that it works like that. Sure. Action. Okay.
Do you have a question?
You take over. ఎన్నడి
What do you think we are in need of in the industry right now?
Some exciting producers, I guess. Somebody who can modern. We need modern producers. Somebody who can get the new aesthetic, so that everybody doesn't have to compromise themselves and make the same thing. Again, if there's an exciting producer who can, you know, say go ahead with a relatively wacko idea, that'll be.
You think they're not able to do it because they're insecure about the film turning out a certain way, or they simply just don't have the guts?
Okati, again, ఇందాక చెప్పినట్టు we don't have a big culture of alternate cinema in Telugu. So alternate cinema కొంచెం only when there's a culture, when there's a habit, and when there's that happening, అలాంటి ప్రొడ్యూసర్స్ కూడా వస్తారు. ఇప్పుడు వాల్టర్ టు అన్ ఎక్స్టెంట్ ఇస్ పరేషాన్ డబుల్ ఇంజిన్ మై ప్రొడ్యూసర్. దట్ వాజ్ అంటే డబుల్ ఇంజిన్ లాంటి సినిమాని అసలు థియేటర్ దాకా తీసుకెళ్దామని జస్ట్ హిజ్ ఎంతూజియాజం కౌంట్స్ ఫర్ ద లాట్. Even double engine we had a lot of the producer is called Vishwa. The two guys, Vishwa and Sidhu. Vishwa later told me very recently that when he was trying to release it in theaters, చాలా మంది distributors దగ్గరికి వెళ్ళాడు. And nobody is up for taking a chance on these faces, these very uber realistic looking faces. So again, the whole thing is sort of like ఒక స్ట్రీమ్, అది ఇస్ ద మెయిన్ స్ట్రీమ్, అండ్ దెన్ వి నీడ్ అదర్ స్ట్రీమ్స్, అండ్ ఫర్ అదర్ స్ట్రీమ్స్, ఫర్ దోస్ పోర్టల్స్ టు ఓపెన్ అప్, వి నీడ్ ప్రొడ్యూసర్స్. We need producers who will take a chance on like very more original ideas.
Do you think we have enough audience for it?
The audience will build.
Okay.
Eventually, that's how anything happens.
Okay.
So do you see ఇప్పుడు ఫిలిమ్స్ లైక్ లేడీస్ టైలర్ ఆర్ శంకరాభరణం ఆ టైం వంశీస్ ఫిల్మ్స్ ఆర్ కే విశ్వనాథ్ గారి ఫిల్మ్స్, డూ యూ సీ దెమ్ యాజ్ ప్యారలల్ సినిమా దెన్ ఆ టైంలో?
డెఫినెట్లీ. అది ఇప్పుడు అంత కూడా లేదు. వి డోంట్ హ్యావ్ ఎ వంశీ, వి డోంట్ హ్యావ్ ఎ బాపు, వి డోంట్ హ్యావ్ ఎ కేవి. There are a lot of young filmmakers who are fans of these filmmakers, but inkoti back then, if you have to make a film, craft wise you have to be pretty solid in a sense, because considering shooting on film and considering how much it used to cost, it's not like you're not given a chance easily and you can't do it on your own. So primarily the cinematography. The cinematography used to be way more crafty, way more in line with what the film wants to express. Now it's just random. Now they just shoot every angle, and it's digital. It's relatively simpler. Rajiv, ante Shashi keeps saying this. If Rajiv couldn't, if an impact like that couldn't do anything to Telugu films, nobody can. He was a parallel guy himself, very parallel aesthetic.
And most of the parallel filmmakers, as you said, are more crafty sound wise. ఇప్పుడు
yeah, of course they're crafty. Ante parallel anagane first thing I think we're looking at people who are seeing it differently. So they understand the craft, but they know what they can do with it. What they can do with silence, what they can do with a long take, whatever it is, they understand it more. నాకు విశ్వనాథ్ సినిమాలు అన్నిట్లో యాక్చువల్లీ మోర్ దెన్ సాగర్ సంగమం, మోర్ దెన్ శంకరాభరణం, నాకు స్వర్ణకమలం చాలా ఇష్టం. వెంకటేష్ ఫిల్మ్ క్షణక్షణం తర్వాత ఆ సినిమాలో నాకు చాలా ఎక్కువ ఇష్టం వెంకటేష్. అండ్ స్ట్రేంజ్లీ ఎనఫ్ స్వర్ణకమలం ద ఫిల్మ్, it's about this girl that doesn't want to learn the classical dance. Bhanupriya, and it is imposed on her and she wants to break free. Like, we can make Swarnakamalam in modern terms, make the girl a filmmaker. Everybody is imposing one mainstream classical idea on her. She's like, no, I don't want to do this dance. I want to dance I want to do something else.
Yeah, it's a classic because it's relatable.
Yeah. Like all impactful films really take it down to the human molecule.
Yes.
Django is about slavery. In spite of that, when you're watching the film, when him and his wife look at each other in a close-up, when freedom is playing in the background, it's like so much history being told in like 5 seconds.
Yes.
So that's craft.
Yeah.
And the most crafty people usually deal with the largest of ideas. And like slavery, for example, it's too big an idea. I've recently watched this film for the 10th time, I guess. It's called Straight Out of Compton.
Mm.
It's about the first set of rappers to emerge from America when rap was not even considered music. Nobody would take them seriously. Record labels wouldn't take them. Producers would call them gangsters and not artists. So it's about that, and it's so. There's this first gang of rappers that came out: Dr. Dre, Ice Cube, Eazy, this gang. వాళ్ళ గురించి as much as it is about the music, it is about
The life and ghetto.
it's about ghetto life and police abuse
Yeah.
and all of that, and they blend it in so
Yeah.
beautifully.
What is your most favorite aspect of the human molecule?
That is the fact that we're all very unique.
Mm.
That we're all so effortlessly unique, and then you're pushed to become homogeneous.
Yes.
Like, nobody wants you to be so unique. That's why kids are very original, right?
Yeah.
Because they haven't been
They don't know.
So they'll say the most original things, do them. So the other day I went to Divya's place. Divya has a kid. He's 3 now. He was excited that I came, and I asked him, go get me water. He ran into the kitchen and he came back with a cup. I was like very excited. He gave me that cup. There's only this much water there. I said, I need some more. He said, like, yeah. And he took it back, threw the cup in the wash basin and came back. So that is so original. You can't write that. You can't imagine that.
Yeah, you can't direct that.
You can't direct that. But American cinema, again, it's so, the acting level is just unbelievable, man.
Yeah.
Including kids. The level, acting low, the craft they have achieved is really something else.
Have you felt the urge to make a film with them?
With kids?
Yeah.
I'm always dreaming of making a film with kids. Yeah. The only time we had like a little bit of kids was Sheesh Mahal, with that one kid. There's this kind of I live in a colony in Begumpet. There's this chubby kid who I see around the neighborhood. He's on his cycle and he's always kind of busy. Yeah, I see him at the pani puri shop, at the grocery store, at the meat shop now and then. And this fellow is very interesting looking. So interesting, the minute he enters the grocery shop, everybody looks at him. And he's very talkative and full of energy. I feel like, there's a protagonist of mine. This kid will make a great protagonist if I can set something around him. I want to make a school film. I want to, it'll be so exciting to shoot classrooms. Just a day in school will make a film. Just one day is good enough as a narrative.
I see you as the most busiest filmmaker ever because you edit films, and you shoot another film. ఆ షూట్ చేస్తుంటే within that story you build another story for another film మళ్ళీ. But I don't know how do you keep the track of all these stories.
I wanted to say something, let me not say that. Okay, cut చేసుకుంటా. It become, that's your job. You learn the tropes and you keep it. It's not like anything anybody can teach you, I guess. So now you're a photographer. You deal with so many clients. But you remember, right? Okay, in that shoot, that fuck up happened. In this shoot, these pictures came out well. Let me put this in black. Whatever. You're also somebody who's aware of multiple projects at the same time. It's the same, I guess.
It's a lot of fun.
It is. And the downside is it's so much serotonin.
You're addicted.
And it keeps getting higher to a point where every cut is a serotonin boost, right? Every time a cut works.
Yeah.
And if I'm sitting at the desk editing for 3 hours, I would have made some, I don't know, anything between 30 to
50 ml.
50 cuts and all that is there. And once work is done, you don't know what to do. Like, that's when you feel like, okay, I need to drink, or I need to
It goes down.
smoke, or I need to, like something, you want to do something stupid to keep it up there. And it's
It's a trip.
it's a pattern I'm trying to get out of. Uh, the big ambition of late has been sleep. Sleep, as long as I sleep, fuck greatness and fuck cinema and all of that. As long as I get to sleep, everything else is secondary.
It's like you're in war with yourself because you love cinema so much, and then you have to tell yourself not
Don't
to.
take it seriously.
Yeah.
There's
It's like a mean girlfriend.
Yeah, I'm my own worst girlfriend. Mean girlfriends are very original, like kids. Like,
They're not afraid of anything.
yeah, they'll just
They'll say
the
whatever.
thing that you least expected they was gonna say. Then
Yeah. How do you look at women? Like, do you think when you shoot, it's a little reflection of how you see things in real life. So, do you see yourself having like a different perspective towards women? Like many people claim that women are different, they came from Venus or some sort of.
yeah, of course, they're different. The women, there is that. Uh, you know, and I think it's all people, men or women, and definitely the whole, like, just the difference between a male filmmaker and a female filmmaker is where I can fully understand how different women are.
Okay.
Between Ram Gopal Verma and Meera Nair, oh, this is so,
Different.
like, there are things or scenes you can never think of as a man. Just like how a woman wouldn't probably be able to think of some of the things I am thinking of. As of now, like, it's Avanti cinema is a pretty big male party. It's usually
It's a bachelor pad.
it's a bachelor pad where occasionally women visit, friends or girlfriends. I wrote something very recently, like 6 months ago or something,
Okay.
which I want to make it into a feature. That's a film based in Vijayawada.
Okay.
That has like that I wrote on my own without Ceci. I teamed up with another friend called Kalyan.
Okay.
Me and Kalyan wrote that together. That was, to me, one of my first adult exploration of female characters. Otherwise, it's mostly Ceci's ideas I'm elaborating on. 90% of the films were made are Ceci's ideas. It's his ideas that I find exciting, and I contribute a little. Ila undacha. We talk about it a lot.
Can you tell us something about Shashi?
To me, Ceci is Madhubabu. Madhubabu, there's a writer called Madhubabu
Okay.
who wrote very pulp Telugu books.
Okay.
Those were very cheap books you can buy for 1 rupee, 2 rupees. In the 80s, these are the books you would find in a bus stand.
Okay.
If you're traveling, you buy one Madhubabu book, it fits in your pocket. You finish reading it by the time
Is
you
it like
reach
a tinkle sort of thing?
No.
Okay.
It is
Short stories.
No, they're novels.
Okay.
They're proper pulp novels. Madhubabu's character is called Shadow.
Okay.
Shadow is a secret agent. He works for the CBI.
Okay.
Shadow is his code name. His real name is Raju.
Okay.
And I don't know how many books, probably he wrote 500 Shadow books.
Okay.
And these books are like proper pulp of the world. And a Shadow Pustaka, basically it's very James Bondish.
Okay.
On top of that, like these stories travel to everywhere in the world.
Okay.
From Burma to China to anywhere.
It's like a little Tintin sort of.
It's like a very adult Tintin, I guess.
Okay.
and it's so full of pulp.
Okay.
And he writes elaborate action sequences.
Hmm.
Rajmouli is a big fan.
Okay.
I was recently reading one book called Dr. Shadow, in which there's one scene which is as అంటే subconscious నుంచి తీసుకుని ఉండొచ్చు ఆ scene. ఛత్రపతిలో there's the scene where they tell the little kid, okay, you can go now. Then they hit him on the head, and he's there, and this guy keeps circling the kid, giving a warning. As is a scene on Dinesh. Dr. Shadow on a pustakanlo. There's no kid in the middle, but there's a gang warning the village that there's a guy on the loose. If we don't find him in the next 1 hour, we'll burn your village. He's saying that standing outside a car which is circling in the village center. To me, Ceci is like that. He's so full of ideas and very pulp ideas. The sort you don't see anymore.
Is he also influenced by Madhubabu books?
Yeah. Ceci comes from a generation where there was not much TV. So he has a very avid reading habit.
Wow.
He not just Madhubabu, he's read a lot. Me and Pawan keep tripping on it when he's Madhubabu. Only he can write
it's like having your own search engine that you can't find anywhere else.
Anywhere else. I'm his search engine, he's mine.
Okay. So
and
cool.
when is Avanti's Madhubabu releasing?
We made a film with that title.
Oh.
It's got nothing to do with the actual Madhubabu.
Okay.
This year, hopefully.
It's a complete black and white film.
It's a black and white film. It's the story of one night.
Okay.
Of a taxi driver in the city, and we like one day, one night. We like that time, those stories. When happen where we have to, your screenplay has to be hour by hour or minute by minute, logically or story wise.
Real time.
Not real time, it can never be real time.
Yeah, the climax of the film is really nice.
Yeah,
I happened to watch
it. I happened to show it to him. So there's this. The film opens on a quotation.
Okay.
Madhubabu, the film. So there's this French filmmaker called Melville. So all the new wave French boys really looked up to Melville. He was from their previous generation.
Okay.
The generation of cinema that all these new wave boys hated because it's gotten too classic, too boring. It's the same tropes over and over again. Melville was somebody who made very, very crafty, very, masterpieces. He's made very few films. There's a quote of his which goes, any film set in a big city should start around 6 in the evening and end with dawn. So we went with that.
Okay.
For Madhubabu. We end on dawn. Dawn is DAWN for anybody confusing it for DON.
I always think about Rohit making a space film.
Space film. Okay. Manakanta science of course I can. My brother is like a super science geek. Science and math, it just comes naturally to him. He can explain what's inside a camera, what's inside that TV, what goes on in your phone. Inside out, he can just tell it to you. And he's a big science geek. So,
But why did he get the idea of...
I don't know.
No, I was... behind you, there's an Alfonso.
That's cute.
I was thinking about gravity. Then...
Ceci has a lot of funny sci-fi ideas.
Okay.
One idea he told me once was, it's 10 in the night. One guy sitting in his balcony having a drink, and suddenly he sees a light in the sky, and the light keeps coming closer. I don't remember what happens after that.
Not
like that. It's not like somebody's going to steal this idea or anything. Something very funny, man. Him and his friends get really worried about the light coming closer to them. He's got one idea which he kind of స్టోరీ డిస్కషన్లో మోహన్ కుమార్ చెప్పినట్టు ఒక కథ చెప్పాడు. ఇట్స్ అ స్టోరీ వేర్ one guy wakes up in the morning after the epic party at a friend's place. It's all trashed and beer and stubbed smokes and it's all dirty. He wakes up, but there's nobody around. He goes out, there's nobody. The streets are deserted. The closest Irani cafe is open, but there's nobody there. He jumps into the kitchen, makes one tea for himself. He takes some smokes from the Pandaba where there's nobody.
Okay.
And he gets into an auto and takes it for a ride.
యాక్చువల్లీ మోహన్ కుమార్ తన డ్రైవర్ని అడుగుతాడు.
అదే డ్రైవర్ చెప్తాడు ఈ కథ.
Wow.
Yeah, he has so many great starts to a movie. Like, you know, you can...
Has it all come because he has read so much?
Definitely a
In a
big
way.
part of it. And there's this favorite writer of mine called John Fante. Bukowski say, if you read a page of Bukowski and if you read a page of Fante, you can't tell who is who.
Okay.
Bukowski stole everything from him.
Okay.
The sentence, you know, style, everything. Bukowski is a little more abusive. Fante is a little more on the gentler side. So Fante's life is he very tough childhood.
Okay.
Where he had to work in a chemical factory. He's very autobiographical in nature.
Okay.
His work. So every time he's writing about himself, but his character name is called Arturo Bandini.
Okay.
So it's always whenever he's down or when somebody doesn't take his story or something, he's always telling himself, "Fuck off! You're talking to Arturo Bandini. You have no clue who you're talking."
It's like an alter ego.
It's like
that
an
is
alter ego. Bukowski's alter ego is called Henry Chinaski.
Okay.
He writes again. Bukowski is also very autobiographical. It's very much what happened to him. Anyways, so there's too many similarities between Fante's life and Ceci's life. Ceci worked in a factory too at one point
Okay.
in Balnagar, and yeah,
Balnagar is full of factories.
yeah, it's the industrial side of the city. And the life he lived, I think, just from reading alone, I know plenty of people who've read a lot,
Yeah.
but it's not like every reader can reproduce, right?
Yes.
You know, and
Not every consumer is a creator.
yeah,
That's the tagline for the podcast.
Yeah. Do you write?
I like, yeah,
Do you enjoy writing?
I enjoy it, yes. And writing always, you know, I think the toughest part is like the first few pages of any new idea where you don't know what it is yet.
Yeah.
And after it has brewed up in your mind for long enough, you're just it's like you're just writing down something that is really happening. Two characters they're really talking, and you're just jotting it down. So it gets there. That's the sweet meat part of writing. The start point is always very. We've been writing forever. Like none of our, it's a pattern we've gotten into. We write a lot. We take it around town. Nobody wants to produce it. Then we say, "Fuck it, let's make something." You know, within our limited means, let's shoot something with the given set of houses or actors we have at hand. Yeah. I used to write like a lot. Then I met Ceci. Then I fully quit writing. Now I'm back to it.
Okay.
And I, like, you know, initially we want to be a filmmaker. Everybody writes these long screenplays, right?
Yeah.
You know, I wrote a few of those when I was 20, 21.
Are you writing completely different from what you used to write?
Not completely different. I think it's a little more informed now, the writing, and I have a better idea of what will make an engaging scene.
Okay.
When as a 20-year-old, when you're writing, I think you're writing a lot of novelty, without much emotional engagement in it. Because you yourself are excited that, hey, that's an idea. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's not from lived experience.
It's not from lived experience, and whatever lived experience you have is not much.
Yeah.
బీలు 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 ఎప్పుడు తాగుడేనారా ఆ? ఈ హైదరాబాద్లో కూడా రోజు తాగుడేనా చెప్పు
లే తాగుతలే.
ఫ్లెక్సీ కట్టద్దు అక్క.
మీకెందుకురా ఫ్లెక్సీలు ఏం బీకిరని
ఫ్లెక్సీ కట్టాలంటే పీకాలి నా అక్క.
అయినా మీ తాత అంతా మంచోడు ఉంటాడ్రా కూసబెట్టి మంచిగా దుకాణం పెట్టించి అన్ని దగ్గర పెడితే నువ్వేమో ఇట్లా చేస్తున్నావు. మీ తాత లేకపోయి ఉంటే దీని లెక్క అప్పులు చేసుకుంటూ ఉండేటోడివి. చేతిలో పైసలు వస్తా ఉన్నా కొద్దీ బాధ తెలుస్తలేదా?
If I can establish, this is the hall, there's a balcony that goes into the bedroom, there's a kitchen in between, there's a hallway and all of that, it can add to the drama. Well, this is just an apartment, double engine is the village, briefly Hyderabad. Sheesh Mahal is a full on. Sheesh Mahal, there is like, the city is the foreground. It's not the background.
Yeah.
It is more about the city itself, and there's a few things happening in the city.
The protagonist is the city.
Protagonist is the city, especially for Sheesh Mahal.
Yeah.
Yeah, even the song Middle Marfa looks so fresh. Hyderabad was.
Yeah. That was our first time shooting something so close to Charminar.
Yeah.
First time using Charminar as
And those shots, drone shots also.
The
It
drone.
feels like ఈ దగ్గర kite కి camera పెట్టినట్టు.
yeah, very kitish. Yeah.
Can you, like the last time me and Dinesh were shooting the podcast, we kind of discussed the iPhone film that you people are shooting. So where does it come from? Does it come from wanting to make something that doesn't cost you, or does it come from wanting to do something very different?
That film came from wanting to shoot something. It's been so long. I made the Goa film. It will be almost 3 years come November.
Okay.
So I haven't shot anything because post Double Engine, because it was a theatrical release, and we quickly released Sheesh Mahal a month later. Only in Prasad's multiplex.
Okay.
We had it there for a week. Suddenly we got a little confused as to how we should go about pitching our stories now. And should we stay put and not just jump into another shoot and streamline it better this time? Chesnam, nothing worked out. So this was a total whim. This film we shot, but it's turning out very exciting. Now I'm seeing it as a web series.
Okay.
Because there's so many characters and so many scenes that are coming to mind. I don't want to jam it into a film, and I want to indulge a little more with them.
Okay.
So, and iPhone film ఎప్పటి నుంచో చేద్దామని ఉంది. A film on a phone. Sound professionally done.
Okay.
iPhone మీద తీస్తున్నాం అంటే అది ప్రొఫెషనల్ కాదని కాదు, బట్ ఓకే, ఎనీవే సౌండ్ సాలిడ్లీ డన్ విత్ అ ప్రాపర్ సౌండ్ ప్రూఫ్, బట్ షాట్ ఆన్ an iPhone, and again, if you when shooting on an iPhone, this you've seen the trailer, I guess.
Yeah, I've
for
seen
the
the
iPhone
edit.
film.
Yeah.
So, and it's a mockumentary. So the realism of what iPhone or any phone image brings in, it will come in handy for this film, because it should seem real.
Yeah, it does seem very real.
It has to seem super real, but it's not. That's the fun of it.
And I wonder how you pick your cast and go, because ఇది ఎప్పుడు అడుగుదాం అనుకుంటుండే. I never shot videos.
Yeah,
అప్పటి వరకు.
This is him doing cinematography for the first time, photography otherwise.
But you're confident than me. I don't know if you act like you're confident about me or
Sometimes. Confident, and I've seen your work.
Yeah.
And I've worked with enough cameras to understand that, of course, with this guy and with a little direction, my work is done.
And even with the actors, like I have introduced you to some of my friends and you were like, let's make him a part of this film.
Yeah.
So I wonder, how do you take that call?
Like any actor, I'm usually looking for talkative people. They're good for cinema. You know, talkative people.
Non-talkative people are always behind the camera.
You're always behind the camera. But like non-talkative, not camera shy is also good.
Yeah.
You know, if somebody can play a good listener, you know, I can run so much on their face. So recently we've discovered this film on YouTube called Addala Meda.
Okay.
It's a Telugu film from 1981, made by this legendary director called Dasari Narayan Rao. Must have heard of him.
Yeah.
It's a meta film where Dasari Narayan Rao is playing himself.
Okay.
Mohan Babu is playing himself. Murali Mohan is playing himself.
Wow.
So this film crew make a schedule and go to a little village to shoot. The entire film is
About
the shooting.
Okay, it's a film about
It's a
making
film
film.
about a film, and it doesn't end with that novelty. It's an incredible film. And there's a beautiful copy of it on YouTube,
Okay.
restored version by ETV.
Okay.
And I think it's the best Dasari film I've seen. Very few. After that film, I really want to start exploring him. Again, just like RGV, by the time I was consciously watching cinema, Dasari was done and dusted. And where did I see Dasari? Ose Raulama low cameo, Hitler low cameo. I've seen him in acting parts. I didn't even know he was a director. Again, he was a popular director actor. He worked in other people's films also. This one is just like out of the world, dude, this film. And even technically, I don't think of the few Dasari films I've seen, films he's directed, technically this was just too good. So yeah, so we saw this film. Divya discovered it on YouTube. Me saw it, Ceci saw it. We were all so excited. There's scenes which are kind of so close to our ideas of some docu-fiction. There's the scene where they're all getting ready to go to a shoot. There's a phone call. Somebody brings in the landline with the long wire. Dasari takes a call and Auna. Chala sad ga phone పెట్టేస్తాడు. Says an actor named Chelam died in a train accident. And cut to this real footage of that actor's death procession. Where there's Dasari, Sachinando, Allu Ramalingaya, Jyoti Lakshmi, you know, and it's real handheld like procession footage. It was not even shot with the purpose of including it into this film, I suppose. I'm guessing Dasari just shot it out of documentation respect, and he included that into the film. And it's just the wildest Telugu film I've seen in a long while. And Dasari is the centerpiece. He has most of the dialogue. He drives most of the drama. So yeah, I can't explain why I started. So as he saw this film, he was suddenly excited about Dasari again. He was watching some interviews of his, and apparently in one interview he was saying that at one point he was very broke. Dasari again apparently is broke most of the time. He invested all his money into films and mostly didn't make the money back. So he was very broke, and somebody ఒక తెలిసిన ఆయన ₹1,00,000 అప్పు ఇప్పించాడండి దాసరి. ఇప్పించాడు. ఇట్స్ బీన్ ఫ్యూ మంత్స్. ఈజ్ నాట్ పేయింగ్ ఇంట్రెస్ట్, ఈజ్ నాట్ పేయింగ్ ద ప్రిన్సిపల్ అమౌంట్. దిస్ గై కాంట్ ఆస్క్ దాసరి. ఈజ్ అ ఫ్యాన్. He can't go to Dasari and ask, where is my lakh? So he came up with a plan. He told one of his friends, you act like the guy who gave the money.
Okay.
And demand it from him. And they went to a set where he was shooting. So Dasari introduced this man to him. Dasari is like, you're very good looking, do you want to act? And he put him in a shot.
So smart.
I don't think he knows the full plan that was happening, that he's pretending to be somebody else or whatever. So that, and even in this film he makes a series of phone calls in the beginning. He has no heroine, so he calls Jayprada. Jayprada playing herself. She answers, Neenamma Rao maatladutunnanu. So Jayprada says, sorry sir, she's going to Sri Lanka or something. ముందే అదేలే మా లాస్ట్ మీట్లో చెప్తే నువ్వు మాత్రం ఏం చేస్తావు కత్తి కాల్స్ శ్రీదేవి. And she's like, sir, I'm going to Singapore, I wish you told me earlier. It's like, it's okay amma, like, you know, what can you do? And then eventually Murali Mohan, in the film Murali Mohan is playing himself, but there's the fiction of his in the film is he got secretly married to one heroine.
Okay.
Nobody knows that he's got married. So Murali Mohan suggests her name. Since it's an outdoor shoot, he's about to go to his honeymoon.
Okay.
And Dasari suddenly calls and says, I'm looking for a few dates, can you? He can't say no to Dasari. So he says yes, and he gets this girl in. And he suggests, Dasari, బాగుంది అమ్మాయిని మొన్న చూసాను, రమ్మని ఒకసారి మాట్లాడదాం. So watching all of that, that felt like how we cast people.
Yeah.
So I have an experience from couple of years ago when I was responsible for to be on the lookout for new actors to cast, basically. And that's when I was made to watch story discussion.
Okay.
Because they would literally ask us to
Fine.
circle people and take screenshots and
Okay.
so how does that happen? How did that happen for you guys?
Like on the topic of like casting people, like that Dasari incident where somebody brought a friend as a decoy and he cast him. Especially story discussion, 90% of the shoot is in that one building, the Tamada Media office, that huge office. So we had about 7 or 8 actors written down. This he'll play this, he'll play this, he'll play this. Main 7 or 8. And story discussion 1 ended up with nearly 40 plus actors in it. Quite a few times these were friends of actors who will just come to the shoot, and we would find some of them interesting and ask them. And strangely enough, most of the time when you ask somebody, would you like to act, they say yes to. I don't get it. Like, really, you and some very on a whim cast చేసిన వాళ్ళలో some people turned out absolutely golden. Like Nagaraj Tirandasu, he is the lead of Madhubabu. He is Madhubabu. He came as Harsha అని ఒక యాక్టర్ ఉండేవాడు, ఉన్నాడు, ఏం అవ్వలేదు అడిగి ఇంకా. Nagaraj was his friend, so you should just tag along with Nagaraj. And Sesi on day 1 when Nagaraj came, Sesi told him like, Nagaraj, you can't just come and go, you'll need to help us. If you want to stand around and watch the shoot, help us get lunch or this or that. And Sesi, because I'll be mostly directing, and when Sesi is not in the scene and I'm directing other actors, Sesi will be chilling with somebody who just came to meet or whatever. After the take, he'll come to me and he's like, so what do you think about this guy? He watched that. Initially, especially story discussion was the first such. We were casting left, right, center with some confidence. I think the subject matter is like that. That one, you know, where. So first when he suggested Nagaraj to me, Nagaraj does only one scene as Gayatri's boyfriend in the 10th episode of story discussion 1.
ఇష్టం లేదంటే సీమాని ఈజ్ అ స్వీట్ హార్ట్ అబ్బా. నేను ఇండస్ట్రీకి ఒక ఫస్ట్ లో వచ్చినప్పుడు
చేసిండంటో మళ్ళీ స్వీట్ హార్ట్ అంటో
రచ్చ అంటే కోపము. తను ఒక ప్రాజెక్ట్ స్క్రీన్ వేసుకుని ఉన్నాడు కదా. నేను చెప్తున్నాను, బీయింగ్ అ గర్ల్ ఇండస్ట్రీలో ఒక ఉమెన్ కి రెస్పెక్ట్ ఇచ్చి ఎక్స్ప్లాయిట్ చేయకుండా లాంగ్ టర్మ్ గా నాకు ఫ్రెండ్ ఉన్నాడంటే వన్ ఆఫ్ ద గై, లైక్ ద గై.
So by then I was kind of a little pissed off with who all is he jamming down my throat annattu. And Nagaraj, first take we shot with Nagaraj is Gayatri is looking at herself in the mirror, just doing that to her hair. She gets a new haircut. She got a new haircut, which we included it into the narrative. And also another guy, when we were shooting the final episode, there's this character called Valma, who's the chief AD of Mohan Kumar, the director in the show. He came fully clean shaven. And story discussion 1 is 24 hours story. It starts at 8 in the night today and ends by the next night. That's the time span of the thing. And we were like, shit, he came cleanly shaven. We called one or two other actors whom we couldn't get again. So the scene starts off with talking about his shave.
Okay.
And we shot a scene later where he goes to a salon.
Okay.
And get that done. So yeah, anyways, Nagaraj's first scene, he has to come give a glass of beer to Gayatri and go and sit. The frame is like he has to go sit in the background. First take, and I was like, how is he doing this? This guy is too cool. He's too aware and it's like working with a super seasoned actor. Even seasoned actors sometimes are very annoying. It takes a few takes to get to, how good they are.
I think most of your crew also sometimes appear in
Yeah.
films, except for Vivek Sagar.
Vivek appeared we did an entire scene with him in a film. I don't think I'll finish now. It's called Amrutam Pulsna Ratri. It's a film about a director and an actor who wake up with zero in their pockets. And it's been 15 days since demonetization. And nobody has hard currency. Paytm is just making an entry. Digital currency was just making an entry into our lives. Again, it's one day story. It's how did they manage tea? How did they have breakfast? How did they fill in petrol? What about lunch? What about drinks in the evening? And all this happens. Vivek comes at night to drink with Ceci. There's Vivek, Nandini, and actress, and Ceci. The three of them it's a full scene. And he did pretty well.
When I first got into the industry, when I was trying to make my way, I've met so many people who would fondly talk about Rohit and Shashi.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like
I think you're pleasantly unaware of it.
I am. We are both me and Ceci. Okay, people come and tell us this. Last night, a friend was telling me that he's a filmmaker himself, Venkat, and a friend.
Okay.
He was telling me, "Rohit, wherever I go, whenever I meet film people, your topic has to come up." But pleasantly, now I know, okay, you told me it'll only stay with me for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
After that, I'm back to worrying about all my unfinished films and projects I want to get going, I guess.
I feel your work is impactful. I think it has left some impact.
Yeah, I was like last night, Venkat Kumarladu, he was saying, and the fact that you don't have millions of views and people are still talking about it, that should mean something. It was his argument.
I don't know what that means, actually.
Meaning it hasn't reached a large segment of the population, but whoever saw it are like so taken by it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's no marketing expense. On top of that, again, I don't think a lot of the films we've made are for everybody also. And they just can't wrap their heads around it. It's just very weird films for them, films or shows.
They're kind of serious, I think, in a way.
I think they're very funny.
Yeah.
I think the closest I can see, reference I can see for this work is Woody Allen. Woody's made about 60, 70 films. At least 50 of those are about show business. Say they're about actors, directors, radio people, agents, some sort of show business. Things he's seen from very up close.
But when I first watched Sheesh Mahal, it was like it was a very ethereal experience. And I think it leaves that because it talks about the stuff that you're saying, the most basic emotion. I think it captures that very well.
The big thing, there's nobody interested in the in-betweens of life. You fall in love, you get married, you fall in love, you break up, or what, mainstream cinema only goes for the bullet points of life. nothing in between.
Hmm.
And the few films that kind of interestingly bring in a little in between really work. And just as a very mass example, let's take Noonak Nacho.
Hmm.
Okay, there's the story of this guy who came from the village and this rich girl fell in love with him and all that.
Hmm.
But there's a lot of nice in betweens of Venkatesh
Yeah.
smoking a cigarette and eating java tendo. లేకపోతే
There is the way the movie starts is someone in the train says tea, and the way he gets up to the sound of tea.
yeah.
Yeah.
అండ్ వాడికి చెప్తాడు మిసేజ్
Yeah. So I could see that that you care a lot about people. Like that's what Sheesh Mahal kind of tells me. That because internally you care a lot about people.
I guess. And I think to internally care a lot about people also, movies help me to get to that place as a person.
You mean the filmmaking process?
Movies, yeah, the filmmaking process. And I don't know, I think the process has a different impact on everybody.
Yeah.
I think it's made my mind rather gentle than it already is. With a very and the kind of mind you are, that is what you find interesting. If you are a gentle sort of person, there will be, if you see a gentle word or something and you think that's very cinematic.
Yeah.
Again, me and Venkat is this like the biggest Hitchcock fan I know. He's always talking about Hitchcock, and he was talking about this one particular film called cinema పేరు గుర్తుదాట్లా. He was talking about how that film had a big impact on him in terms of how he perceived people, like how to look at people, and talking about it, and all great directors, all good directors, all exciting directors are great
Human beings.
no they have great understanding of the human condition. Like even Hitchcock, all the films are about very ordinary people stuck in a very fucked up situation.
Do you plan on making any commercial cinema ever?
Yeah, అంటే అదే లైక్ ఇందాక చెప్పినట్టే I have my own version of what I think will be commercially engaging. So yeah, hopefully in this year or next year I can get some project that has enough budget to market itself enough to reach a larger audience.
Do you think marketing is like half the game?
Now it's like 90% of the game. That's the reason. And especially to me, okay, what cinema ఎలా ఉన్నది అన్నది పక్కన పెడితే బాహుబలి is like the greatest marketing. What do you say? What's that?
Megatron.
Yeah, Megatron. It's been like it's been when some of these films are marketed to the point where it's like it's a crime if you don't see them. ఆ లెవెల్లోకి తీసుకెళ్తున్నారు కదా. సో again I think marketing definitely is a big part of the process because there's so much noise. To get through all of that noise and to get to a new audience and for him to click on this, you have to go through so much. And that's why you spend on marketing, so that it helps you. It's like a drill, I guess, that lets you get to the core of it.
So how are you planning to market your next film 3GT?
3GT, the producer has quite a few plans on how to market it. 3GT is Gopi Galla Goa trip. 3GT, like K3G is Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gum. Where I recently we had a distributor screening like 2-3 months ago, and with Gopi Gal Goa Trip, I made a lot of changes to the edit. And okay, see, like in the last 5-6 years, anta re-edit చేసిన cheyla. It was there, but it was a fun film. It was like a very Jonah Hill, super bad slapstick teen comedy. We were trying. It's a sex comedy. The film is about two boys wanting to go to Goa for white chicks. అండ్ ఎడిట్ చేసి చాలా మార్చి చాలా మ్యూజిక్ యాడ్ చేసి ఇదంతా అయిన తర్వాత ఆఫ్టర్ లాట్ ఆఫ్ చేంజెస్ వెన్ ఐ సాట్ డౌన్ టు వాచ్ ఇట్ అగైన్ విత్ అన్ ఆడియన్స్ ఫర్ ద ఫస్ట్ టైమ్ ఐ హ్యాడ్ ద స్ట్రేంజెస్ట్ ఫీలింగ్ ఐ నెవర్ హ్యాడ్ ఫర్ ఎనీ ఆఫ్ మై అదర్ ఫిల్మ్స్ దిస్ ఫిల్మ్ ఇస్ గోయింగ్ టు మేక్ మనీ ఇట్ జస్ట్ స్ట్రక్ మీ లైక్ I'm going to make a little money from this. Actually, some money is going to come back in reverse, like the previous projects. Double Engine, I don't know. I thought when it made it to the theaters, I thought at some level it will really click. I was hoping for the Naite to happen with it. Then again, it was not big enough of a release. And also, even within when I went to the theaters and saw it with an actual audience, not the preview theater audience, one thing I realized is this is too much silence for the theatrical audience. There's so much silence in the film, and I was feeling so anxious for all of them. So that is something I've tried to undo with 3GT. The silences unchaleru. And in a theatrical space that doesn't fully work అనిపించింది.
And the timing of the shows were కూడా mostly evening shows ఉండేదండి.
Mostly evening shows.
Selective.
It was like a very limited art house release. We want 3GT to be like at least 3-4 times its size in release, number of screens and all that.
And it's way more cinematic.
And 3GT is the first time when we were making the film, we were making it for the theater.
Okay.
Double Engine, we made it as an OTT film. Only after it turned out very exciting, the producer wanted to have a theatrical release. And also now there's this thing with OTTs where it's a mandatory. You have to release it in the theaters because they look at it as if you release it in the theaters, you're going to spend something on promotion. Eventually, there's some buzz around it. Then all that, even theatrical release is part of promotion for the OTT release. It's treated like that. A lot of the small films now.
Okay.
So 3GT, because I had the large screen in mind when making it, it actually doesn't make too much of a difference. But to some extent, like the silences I was talking about, or the usage of more music, I realized I need to sit down the audience for something they're half familiar with. And once they get used to it, maybe I can take off and make a film with no music at all.
What is the runtime of the film?
It's 103 minutes, 1 hour 43.
But that's a sweet.
Yeah, I love 100 minutes. Even Double Engine was the same.
Yeah.
Have you, like, since it's a little bit of a conscious effort to sort of reduce the silences or so and so, have you thought of casting like so-called padding artists?
No, not at all. No. నేను మాట్లాడే సైలెన్స్ అది కాదు. That's not the silence I'm talking about. ఇప్పుడు డబుల్ ఇంజిన్ ఎంటైర్ రన్ టైమ్ ఆఫ్ ద ఫిల్మ్లో పాటలు బీజిఎం కలిపి 25% ఆఫ్ ద రన్ టైమ్ కూడా there's no music. Conversations are just, there's no score getting
there's no
added.
BGM.
There's no BGM. That sort of a thing I've kind of revised with the Goa film. Like I've added some music to some conversations. And again, very Ravi Nidamati did the music. Very exciting guy to work with. We've done short films with him previously. This is our first elaborate gig. Madhu Babu was our first elaborate gig, but that was still meant for the internet. Madhu Babu. So this was CGT has like a beautiful soundscape. The film starts in a very remote village, then it spends a lot of time on the highway, then it reaches Goa, and uh, the village, the birds of the village, to the, you know, the vehicles of the highway, to the ocean of Goa. It really takes you through those sounds. His music is also done in a very soundscapish way, where it's very new. And after working with Vivek for so long, this was very exciting.
The song Metalmorpha, is it part of the film?
It is. It is. It's a sexy part of the film. Like, it's one of the high moments. Initially, when I first edited it, I had this just as a temp track, heavy grunge metal part would bet a Slipknot and a band. So, and I wanted Ravi to do a song like that only, because Ravi comes from a background of this. He has a band called Godless, which is a pretty heavy metal band. They've toured all over the world. They've played in the UK, India, lo chala places lo. So I thought it'll be right up his alley to do a song like that. But that didn't work somehow. Chala try chesam, MC Hari to lyrics try chesam. It was just not working. Then this song came in.
Do you listen to a lot of dark metal, death metal?
No, I listen to some metal, not much. అండ్ చాలా సినిమాలు ఎడిట్ చేయడం వల్ల మావి బయటవి ఏమన్నా కూడా a lot of the music listening I do too is also on the edit table only. Selecting my favorite temp tracks. That's where అలా అలవాటైన పాటలే నాకు అన్ని.
చాలా రాక్ అండ్ రోల్ ఫీల్ ఉంటుంది. When I watch your films, there's a lot of rock and roll.
Thank you so much for saying that. That is kind of what we're going for. Rock and roll అంటే ఇప్పుడు 70s అమెరికన్ సినిమా is rock and roll. So especially 3GT is very rock and roll. I'll show you the trailers that are not out yet.
Okay.
Like, say, one way of saying these are cool films. And yeah, next question.
So I wanted to ask you, are you very selective about, అంటే నువ్వు ఎడిట్ చేసే సినిమాలు కూడా వేరే సినిమాలు, you're very selective?
You have to be, otherwise, because as an editor you're going to watch these scenes hundreds of times. They get into your dreams, they get into your subconscious, and if these scenes or these movies are vulgar in a sense, vulgar, and I'm not just talking about sleaze or violence. A lot of films have this horrible sense of vulgarity to them, just the way a fat person is addressed, or a dark person is addressed, or ఇలా హీరోకి మొత్తం ఇలా స్లో మోషన్ షాట్లు వేర్ it's ఇప్పుడు కొత్త తోదడు ఉంది. సో I usually I've said no to so many films because I know I can't sit with that. I can't spend days on end with it. Editor is the only guy who's going to watch the film that many times. I don't want all that information in my head.
There was a director I was working with. He used to edit films and Pushpa release అయిందనుకో బాగా చూస్తాడు, టారెంట్ లో డౌన్లోడ్ చేసి పుష్ప ఎడిట్ చేస్తా ఉంటాడు. It will be a very bad cut, but he always says,
yeah. Some kid made a trailer with the Mission Impossible trailer soundtrack with the visuals of one Nino Pet.
Yeah, I saw that video.
That was insane. I thought with the right sound design, even Mahibabu can look like Tom Cruise and other just cut it right and score it right.
That's an epic cut.
Yeah, that's a very beautiful cut. I feel like making trailers for I would love to make a trailer for Gang Leader.
Crazy.
Actually, I have a cut for Gang Leader.
Which Gang Leader are you talking about?
The old one.
Oh, the old
one with Chiranjeevi.
Yeah, the Chiranjeevi one.
There's a.
What do you mean you have a cut?
Oh, let me explain. So the song from Gang Leader, I used it to cut Reservoir Dogs.
Uh-huh. G-A. Okay.
Yeah.
D-O-G-S. Dogs, dogs. Oh, there's a word dog in gang leader. Yeah, that will be nice.
Yeah, I hardly had to put any work because it somehow.
Somehow, sometimes the major part of editing is finding the right juxtaposition. ఈ షాట్ తర్వాత ఏ షాట్, ఈ సీన్ కి వాట్ మ్యూజిక్ ఆర్ వాట్ సైలెన్స్ ఆర్ వాట్ డిజైన్, ఇట్స్ ఆల్ జస్ట్ అబౌట్ టేకింగ్ కాల్స్ ఆన్ జక్స్టపోజిషన్. దీని పక్కన ఇది పెడితే ఏమవుతుంది?
There's a out of control synchronicity that happens.
Yeah, like music and life are so much in sync.
Yeah.
That if I'm standing on the road మీద నించున్నా, if a share auto with full blast music passes, so in that
everything is in sync
for 5 seconds.
Yeah.
That random music coming out of blasting out of the auto syncs with life around.
Yeah.
So it is very how music and image react is just one of the great magics of cinema.
On that note, we can.
Yeah.